Bayonetta 3, I sprayed my Beretta at D. Splatoon 3, I start work at noon at 3. This is festival switching attack mode. And one of my videos, the Direct Showcase, which is about the PlayStation Showcase and the Nintendo Direct, which got a total of 1 view combined, and that 1 view is for me. So nobody's seen that video at all. That's why I don't like making reviews of freaking PlayStation Showcase or Nintendo Direct or any of that stuff, because nobody ever freaking finds it. But anyway, I forgot to talk about Bayonetta 3 and Splatoon 3 in that freaking video. The GIFs are in the video showing Bayonetta and Splatoon, and I don't talk about it like a retard. So I'm glad nobody's seen that video. But let's talk about it now. The only point to talk about with Bayonetta 3 and Splatoon is the De-Sexualization of Bayonetta. And as far as Splatoon 3 goes, why is it coming out for the Switch? Save that shit for the Switch Pro. We're already hearing rumors that the Switch Pro, which is going to be the sequel, the follow-up system to the Nintendo Switch, is not going to be backwards compatible for some reason. That system is going to come out late 2022, maybe 2023 at least. So what's the point of coming out with Splatoon 3? We already have Splatoon 2. That game is still doing well. What's the point? You don't see Mario Kart 9 coming out for the Switch. And Breath of the Wild 2, that game can either get delayed or it's probably going to do what the original Breath of the Wild did, which is, hey, come out for the Switch and a Switch Pro. But what we're going to do, come up with, it's probably going to be Splatoon 3 Deluxe that comes out for the Switch Pro, like they did with Mario Kart 8. The Mario Kart 8's ended up selling even better than the one on the Wii U, so they're like, yeah, let's not make Mario Kart 9 right now. It's doing the Grand Theft Auto Skyrim effect. Hey, this game is selling so well, won't stop selling. Why come up with a sequel? Just keep re-releasing it. People won't stop buying it. They're retarded. Yes, we are. You would just keep buying the same thing over and over again. So, yeah, Mario Kart 8 has that effect going. Splatoon 2 is still doing good, so I don't know why they're coming up with a Splatoon 3. Maybe because they need to just make another game. But what is Splatoon 3 really going to do different? Like, because Splatoon 3 is mostly an online game with, cute story mode, but what are they going to do different this time? But Splatoon 3 should just be saved for the Switch Pro. We don't need another Splatoon on the Switch. Like, do we really need one? Like, how different is it really going to be? We already have Splatoon 2. That game is being played online to death. What's the point? I don't see a point of Splatoon. I love Splatoon, but I don't see a point of having Splatoon 3 coming out a few months before the Switch Pro. And then I'm going to have a Switch Pro, and it's like, well, where's the freaking blank out? We're going to get the new Switch Pro, like, we're going to have Splatoon 4 now? They're probably really just going to, if they do a Splatoon 3 Deluxe or Splatoon 3, they're probably just going to be releasing a Switch Pro, now that I think about it. But still, the Switch doesn't need a Splatoon 3. It really don't. It needs it as badly as we need a Mario Kart 9 on the Switch. We don't need it. We have Mario Kart 8. And Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has the battle mode, which the first one didn't. So we don't really need another one. I mean, with storyline-driven games like Breath of the Wild and Mario, like Mario's that storyline-driven. But you know what I mean. Like, they're working on the next Mario game. I think that next Mario game is just going to come out for the Switch Pro. So they should just do that for all the games. Why waste any of them on the Switch right now? Like, a 3D Kirby game makes sense. Expansion on the Monster Hunter makes sense. Some kind of expansion, whatever, Animal Crossing makes sense. If we have Pokemon doing their experimental thing while doing a shitty-ass, half-ass remake of Diamond or Pro, that makes sense. But if the Switch Pro is so close to coming, all these developers, just save your stuff for the Pro. I'm calling it the Switch Pro because we don't know what it's going to be called. Maybe it's going to be called... It's probably going to be called the Switch 2, to be honest. The Switch 2 would make logical sense, but Nintendo's never been known to number the things. Only Sony does that. Microsoft don't do that. Nintendo don't do that. So it's probably going to be... It's probably not even be called the Switch. Who knows? Who cares, actually, man? Who gives a shiznit? What really matters is, like I'm saying, is anybody really excited for Splatoon 3? Like, really excited? I'm serious. They should just save it for
save it for the new Switch. We don't really need a Splatoon 3. And at this point, if we're going to get a Switch Pro, the new Mario better might as well come out on there. We already know Breath of the Wild is probably going to do a double take like they always do. 2 consoles at the same time like they always do. That seems to be their forte at this point. And so the next subject is Bayonetta, the De-Sexualization of Bayonetta. When Bayonetta first came out, over-sexualized as hell. Even when she was interacting with that guy that was always following her or whatever, she would damn near fuck him with clothes on. And then Bayonetta 2 was sexualized too. The beginning part where she like is bent over and you pretty much can see her butthole. But then even that wasn't as sexualized as the first one. And then now this third one where apparently this is going to be the Bayonetta remember from the first Bayonetta with the kid? Which is I forgot her name, but she was like the kid Bayonetta from like the past or some shit. And apparently she has the same exact hairstyle as this one. So apparently this is going to be like that Bayonetta. But the funny thing about it is, she's completely covered up. Like from head to toe. You see the trailer of Bayonetta 3, she's completely covered up. Not even no cleavage, nothing. And she has that hairstyle and then she's fighting. And I'm just like, it doesn't really, I know people it doesn't really matter if, sexualizing a female character. Even though a lot of, would-be feminists have a problem with that. Even though men are over-sexualized to fucking death with their abs and shit. But that doesn't matter. It only matters when it's with women. Because fat, insecure bitches don't like seeing that shit. But anyway. Freaking Bayonetta being desexualized because it's Nintendo. I mean, you kind of figured it would be like that when Bayonetta 2 first came out. They bought out, pretty much bought the rights to Bayonetta. You figured over time she's going to be desexualized because that is so different from when Nintendo's, like, first parties are ever about. So you kind of, if you had common sense, you could kind of figure that Bayonetta was going to get desexualized over time. And it finally happened, Even my dumb self, man. Like Bayonetta 2, I think, was already kind of in production before Nintendo bought them out. So there was still hints of, the original Bayonetta being over-sexualized. But now with this third one, that's been taking forever. How long has this game been in development, man? Like all you had to do is use the same engine. It's like the difference between power from the Wii U and the Switch is not that different. It really isn't. You could have just used the same, the same engine that you could use for Bayonetta 2. You just use it for Bayonetta 3. But I don't know why. I guess they had to start from... They must have started from scratch to be taking this long. A whole new engine. But like just the under-sexualization. One of the main character's traits of Bayonetta is the over-sexualized showing her ass, showing her tits thing. I mean, look at Tomb Raider. That was one of the main freaking like identifications of Tomb Raider. Because she was like the first sexy character in video games. Because up until that point, games were 2D. What kind of sex symbol you can make out of that? And then over time, I think her like over-sexualization got downplayed. And now Bayonetta. Now Tomb Raider is just a game to play that's cool. And it's not really about her being fine as hell and having big tits and a nice ass. And now we're seeing that with Bayonetta as well. I mean, it's not really a bad thing. Because, besides horny teenagers and fucks, we're going to be able to play the game and have fun with it because it's a platinum-style game, hack and slash, and we're going to love it. And it's going to have all the cool stuff. But, like, one of the main traits for Bayonetta is now gone, which is over-sexualization. Like, the whole her being naked and then, her hair covering her body and all that stuff. It's all gone. And now what Bayonetta is now, just a freaking English-speaking, smart-talking ass fuck, so she could go ahead and just whip the bad guy's ass, but one of her main features is gone. I don't really care too much. It's not a bad thing, a good thing, it's just a noticeable thing. That they took away one of her main traits, which is over-sexualization. Distracting your enemies with your body and then fucking getting at the ass. Even though she was mostly fighting demons. It was mostly just freaking, it was mostly for us. But now that's gone. Bayonetta never sold well to begin with. I don't see her selling well now with this shit. To be honest with you. It was just fan service the whole time, but still. Like, what's your selling point now? You know, being a real good game. There is a lot of real good games out there. Being a hack and slash game, I think hack and slash had its day, but I don't think people buying it in bunches anymore. So all you had was the over sexualization, showing her body and all this shit to reel men, and now you don't have it no more. One of the main selling points that could bring in new customers, new eyeballs, new people wanting to play this game is now gone. Now, how you expect this game to sell? Are you really going to promote it that badly? Are you going to promote the hell out of Bayonetta? The over-sexualization and showing her freaking body and showing her ass and her tits and all that stuff, and what real people in actually want to play this game, then when they play it, hey, it's actually a real good game. It's not just eye candy and fan service. But now you don't have it no more. Now, how are you going to sell this game? You think Bayonetta 3 is going to do better than the other two? You think it's going to sell millions and be a new franchise like Splatoon? I don't think so. This is Attack Motions back to the fence mode. I'm out. Peace to the east.